Please give it up for Patrick Ramirez!
How you guys doing tonight? Make some noise. You guys are here? Awesome. We're having a great show. There's only 17 more comics coming up on the show tonight. Should go to about a solid 2:30 in the morning. I like how your host said, "You guys ready for a headliner tonight?" And you're like, "There's more." You're like, "All right, we'll stick it out. We'll stick it out tonight." You know, a lot of comics have been giving you a hard time tonight, from the stage, but not me. I'm going to wait till after the show. I'm like, you should have seen those guys. I wouldn't say it to their face, but later I'm going to give them a peace of mind from the safety of my own car on the way home. Let me know this. It's Sunday night, Flappers crowd. Make some noise. Who's here for the very first time tonight? Yeah, you are? Okay, well, first timer. Is anybody here for the last time tonight? Sometimes I want to know these things. You guys are a good crowd. You're doing a great impression of a sphinx tonight, I will tell you. You guys are great. I'm new to LA. I've lived here 9 years. Still figuring it out. Do you guys still like LA?
Yes, no.
You guys still like it? Some no, some yes. Some fuck yeah? All right. Are we just going to go around and all say, we're going to just verbalize what's going on in our heads? I moved here a long time ago, and it's really weird. It's gotten so expensive to live here, and I will tell you, if you work hard and you're focused and you are willing to sacrifice, you really can achieve your goals here in the big city. As long as that goal is to have 2 roommates. You can do it. You have to tough it out, but you can do it. Yeah, I remember when I moved here, and I'm still here, toughing it out, and all my friends ask me about it, and I think about it, I'm like, I've lived here a long time. It's so ironic. I saved up money to move here, and now I can't afford to leave. People ask me, you're still going to stick it out there? You're going to pursue your hopes and dreams? Like, no, U-Haul requires a deposit. I have to stay. I'm a part-time job away from really, really sticking it out another 5 years. That's what I'm going to do. I still like it here. It's tough, but I like it. And here we are Sunday. It's Cinco de Mayo, and that's something to celebrate. It's a holiday. A lot of people don't truly know what it is, Cinco de Mayo. It's Spanish, so that translates to the 5th of de Mayo. So you guys know. Let's clear it all up right now. I was thinking about this driving over. We have too many holidays. We have so many holidays. There are certain holidays that are coming up, and people will get mad at the holiday. Have you ever told someone Valentine's Day is coming up and they get upset at the holiday? I told someone last February 14th, hey, happy Valentine's Day. They just said no. That was it. They get mad at the holiday. I've noticed the people who are the angriest at Valentine's Day is single women. That is a very tough holiday for single women, Valentine's Day. And some of my single women friends, they'll pull this one. Have you ever heard this one? Where they say, hey, Valentine's Day is a made-up holiday, right? They just made up Valentine's Day. And I think, well, yeah. Didn't we make up all the holidays? It's not like the earth came with Groundhog Day. We made them all up. And we like the ones we like, and we hate the ones we don't. And I know this because I will tell those same single women friends of mine 2 months later, Happy Women's Day. And they'll correct me, International Women's Day. Get it right, will you? That holiday we made up 10 minutes ago, get it right, Pat, will you? And can I ask, do we really need the international part of Women's Day? Is Iran putting flowers on women's desks at work? I think we can drop it at this point. It's just us and that one city in Canada that we all like. And that's it. I have too many holidays. I Ubered here today. I didn't ride in one. I signed up to drive and I picked myself up. You guys didn't know you could do that. You can do that. Yeah, it cost me $8 to get here, but I made $4. So do the math. Pretty good. Little loophole there. You got to work hard. I'm self-employed. And I always say self-employed is the best thing you can be. It is the best because if you're self-employed and it doesn't go well, then you just tell all your friends you work at a nonprofit. That's what I do. All my friends are like, you still down at the nonprofit? Like, oh yeah, they extended my contract. They're going to keep me on. They need me down there. I'm doing the Lord's work. I'm working at the nonprofit. And then like a year later, I make up phony titles for myself. I was like, oh, well, you know, they just promoted me at the nonprofit. I'm now the director of internal struggles now. I'm doing some hard work down at the nonprofit. I work there, self-employed. Here's what I never say though. I never say to people, I'm my own boss. I don't like when people say, I'm my own boss. Like it's some great accomplishment. Because I'm my own boss, but I'm also my own intern, as it turns out. I'm my own boss, I'm my own intern, I'm also my own worst employee. The other day I was like, I'm getting out here early. Don't tell my boss. I don't want to run in my boss. Technically, if you're unemployed, you are your own boss, as it turns out. I never play the lottery. You know, maybe I should, but I never play the lottery. I don't know if you guys play the lottery. I never play. But I think I should because I always heard that the money from the lottery goes to education. So you can feel good about it. It's like, play the lottery, that money goes to education. And I thought, that's so ironic. In order to fund education, we need people who have no idea what probability is to buy the tickets. I'm not sure how good our schools are actually doing here if we're funding the education. It's like, we're teaching history, geography, and lucky numbers today, kids. Maybe I'll start playing the lottery. But I've realized this. You really know you're broke when you dream about winning the lottery and you fantasize about which bills you would pay. That's what I've done. I was like, if I won $10 million, $10 million, all right, we're going to pay the electric bill when it comes. Yeah, that's right. My ship has come in. Oh, the car payment, pay it, and a little extra. Not all of it, just a little extra. We won the lottery. That's right, because we're going to fill the tank to the top this time. That's right. I don't know if it'll work, but we're going to try it, because I won the lottery, $10 million. That's my hopes and dreams. It's been a long year so far. I got broken up with a few months ago. I don't know if you guys ever gotten broken up with. But no, well, I would say I'm doing okay, but I have been listening to a lot of John Mayer lately, so maybe I still have a little ways to go. John Mayer to guys is what Beyonce is to women. We listen to that as guys and we're like, I can turn it around. I'm gonna turn it around. I'm gonna listen to 2 songs, and I'm gonna go buy new shirts. Buy new shirts. Every guy thinks 3 new shirts counts as a makeover. Like, I got buttons, I have a collar, just update my resume now. Update my resume, I'm my own boss now. I got broken up with, and you know when you get broken up with, you always have to have the breakup argument. You have that breakup argument, and you're going back and forth, having the argument. And in my breakup argument, I don't know if you've ever done this, in the argument, you actually end up insulting yourself in the argument. My girlfriend was breaking up with me, and she's like, it's nothing you did. Nothing you did. You're a great guy. You're fun, and one day you're going to find somebody great. And I went, no, I won't. I'll show you. I'm lazy, too. You left that part out. Don't forget that. I'll go dateless for 2 years to prove a point. My Uber's here. I'm self-employed, too. I'll have you know. So I broke up, and I bought new shirts. And that was my overall plan. I'm going to turn it around. You'll see. But you know what? I love this year. Was going great, but then I thought this is one of the toughest years for families this year. I hate election years when it comes to families. You know, me and my family, we get along good, but we argue. We have political arguments all the time, and it drives me nuts. And like, well, I gotta ask, do you guys think Joe Biden is gonna run again? No. Not for president, just run again. Just run. That's what my family argue about. I'd be like, he's running. He's like, no, he's not. How shuffling. He's shuffling. My family is very traditional. I grew up traditional. I'm always surprised how my values are still traditional. You know, I've never been married. I always wanted to be because I always wanted to have my own family. And I wanted to have kids. And I already know right now I want one of each. One boy, one girl, one gay one. Old school, you know? Just how I was raised. I grew up in a very traditional family. I grew up religious. Anyone else grew up religious?
Woo!
I grew up Catholic, or as it's known in the Bible, Hispanic. So I grew up, we're very traditional. I've heard people say this too. Have you ever heard someone say, like, I grew up religious. I'm not anymore, though. Which is always just a nice way of saying they don't talk to their parents anymore. That's the move. My parents are religious, but it doesn't show too much. But every once in a while, it'll pop up. Like, I travel a lot, and every time I go somewhere, they're like, where are you going? I'll tell them, and they'll go, ooh, that's God's country. God's country there. It's always a beautiful place. I like the idea that God can claim ownership of some places, but not others. No one ever says, where are you from? Jersey. Ooh, God's country. You guys have been awesome. I'm Patrick Ramirez. You guys have a good night.